Hey guys, Anthony 4x4 Diesel. Here we are again on our Hilux. Time to get this, try and get this butchered drive shaft out of the bearing. We've sprayed it before we put it back together last try, if you like, when we couldn't get the drive shaft. We put it back together. We sprayed it yesterday. It's been sitting overnight and now it's time to get it apart. You can see it's all fairly clean. We cleaned it all up a little bit, make it better to work on because it was a bit messy. You can see the split boot is the reason we're changing it. Someone put an aftermarket boot. Poor man pays twice. We have our brand new genuine drive shaft here in the box. Note the boot, it's like some sort of tough plastic, right? So the inner is rubber and they do slowly deteriorate, but they're really good quality. But these, I don't see those deteriorate. They're really strong. The only time there's a problem if someone gets a stick or something pokes through it. If you're driving, I don't know, across the farm and you get into some wire, or you know, you go and bush bashing and you cop a stick in it. But if you're mainly on the tracks and stuff, most of the time they're really good. You don't have any issues. Why someone would need to bash the end of that other one that hard to get it out, I don't know. But obviously this end of this one's looking good. This seal comes on the drive shaft. There's one other seal we can replace. I'll inspect that. I may even replace the bearing since we're in there, but I'm not sure yet. We've also got a new seal for the diff and a new nut, obviously, because that's, you know, we want a new nut on a new shaft. First thing we're going to do, we're going to get the ABS sensor out of the way so that it doesn't get yanked on or anything like that. So a couple of clips and clamps and a little bolt, and we'll pop that out of the way. Then we're going to get this caliper off, right, and just hang it up over here somewhere with some tie wire. And then the bottom bolts underneath here, a few bits and pieces like that anyway. And we're just really curious as to when we give that a gentle tap, that should just crack free, but why have they bashed the hell out of it in the past? So we've got slight concerns, but we'll see. One other thing we sometimes do is we leave the nut on there. So rather than hitting the end of the shaft, look, there's a little indent in the middle where you can get the action happening in the middle there, so you don't have to burr the outsides of it. The other thing you can do is you can leave, if you're concerned about whatever, say you haven't got anything to go in there and you want to give it a tap and you're worried, some of the shafts have got that, it's got a little like a bull nose on it, so you can't damage the threaded section. You know, it must be a Thailand thing, I don't know why they don't do it. I'm pretty sure, have the Prados got that bull nose sort of thing? Is the Prados? I'm pretty sure they have. Anyway, it could be mixed up with another vehicle. I don't change that many drive shafts, I can't remember, too many different cars over the years. But the point is, you put the nut on and you can give it a gentle tap, tap, tap on the end of the nut, because that's covering at least, you know, 6 turns of the thread type thing. Still, if you smash it, you could still damage the thread, but generally you can tap that firmer than you're going to be able to tap the end of this, if you know what I mean. So it can be a good idea to leave the nut on there. Not in this case though, because the thread's already wrecked. I suppose it wouldn't really matter, it's going to come off in it, so we'll see what happens.
Okay, so first thing I've done, I've just used a bit of degreaser to scrub, because this was it. See the dirt up there? We tried to clean it up previous, but some old dirt from some old oil from something, whatever, all the dirt sticks to it. So I know it's not perfect, but we've given it a clean what we can, because I'd rather clean the worst of the exterior before we get it out and it's open to the diff. And we've popped out just enough so that the retainer's not holding it anymore. So I'll hold the camera in the right spot, so you got that space there. Move it any more and oil's going to start leaking out. So of course we've got the drain tray there ready to catch that sort of oil. So we're going to get the drive shaft out. I'm going to swap over that seal there, even though it's not leaking, just as prevention, since it's been butchered. Normally if it was just a hole in a boot chain, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I don't change that seal because they don't leak. They leak when dirt and stuff gets pushed in there from off-roading, or people pressure washing, pushing the dirt in after off-roading, like, you know, hitting this area with a pressure washer. That's why they leak. Once it's clean, they don't leak anymore, generally. Okay, let's get it out. So of course I decided to take one of my brand new Toyota Hilux hub bearings off the shelf and replace it while we're at it, for a number of reasons. Just thought we'd have a look. You can see some surface rust here. Not sure why that was there. Maybe the dust cap wasn't sealing properly since they had it apart last time. Just trying to work out why the shaft was so tight to get in and out. Because, you know, I understand it could be burred at the end, but, you know, there's got to be a reason why they had to smack it so hard. And I haven't really worked out what that is, so just having a bit of a look in here to show you it's not rusty in there or anything like that.
So as far as I can see, there's nothing wrong with this hub. We'll clean it up and strip it down and have a look at it anyway. Spend a bit more time. Can't always come back to you with all the answers what we've found.
So the new drive shaft's in. Don't worry about the it's a bit wet, you know, with a bit of cleaning or whatever, but you can see just topping up the diff oil level. We've got a new seal obviously in the diff up in there. Brand new genuine drive shaft. New seal in here, and new bearing hub assembly. Obviously the rotor's back on. We're getting the job done. We're getting it back together. If you do get these Hilux, the hubs are different to the Prado, and there's a lot of this anti-rust surface, see this coating, this brown stuff, so we clean it off our side where we've got to press all the bearing on, all that sort of thing. But it's worth carefully, you just sit the bearing on the bench before you put it all together with this side facing upwards, and carefully spray some brake cleaner or something inside on the splines, and just give them a bit of a clean with a toothbrush so that you get that to slip in easy as possible. Once it's clean and dry, put a little bit of lubricant on there. That's what we do, helps it all. But these Hilux ones, we've noticed they are a bit, so we've got a brand new hub, brand new bearing, brand new drive shaft, brand new seals and everything, and it was quite difficult. It wasn't, the Prado ones seemed to slip in. I don't work on as many Hiluxes as Prados, absolutely, and I don't even do drive shaft replacement on Hiluxes. We've got recommended workshop partners who do that, so we can help you out with that, but we don't do it. But whatever you do on the end here, don't start smacking that really hard and wreck it like the other people did. See the little hole in the middle? You need to get your, whatever you've got that will work. I don't really care what it is. I sort of demonstrated to use that extension a bit. But if you've got something that ideally goes in the middle there, a punch, the idea is you shouldn't need to hit it too hard. And I don't know why on the other one we did, and I don't know why on this one we did, because I don't remember complications like that. But then it could be a Hilux thing, because if I've done a lot of them, I've done Prados. But anyway, hopefully the information's been helpful so far. The rotors look pretty good still, if they've been replaced at some stage or what, because they look in pretty good condition. They got the black coating, so maybe someone's replaced them at some stage. Brakes are good, but yeah, just wanted to show you. Brand new, genuine is the go for drive shafts. Our little upgrade with the bearing, we use some of the better seals, not the ones listed for the Hilux. Sometimes, depending what's available. Another thing we're going to consider doing, there's obviously between the ABS and the non-ABS on the Hilux, most of these components are the same. The bearings, the bolts, the hub, the seals are generally the same. But why did we replace the bearing? Once we got the drive shaft out and I was spinning this hub on the bearing, this is an assembly we put together. Obviously Thailand put this one together, but I was spinning it and I felt a little bit of a knot. It wasn't your normal bearing notchiness, but any noise, I wasn't happy with it anyway, so I said nah, we'll just put a new one on. So we'll inspect this one a little bit. We're sort of spinning it here. We've got to hear the car in the background. A bit of noise, so we couldn't hear it on the bench because I forgot to demonstrate in the video. But the point I'd like to make is we're toying with the idea of, because the ABS sensor and the retainer that goes on the back here, they're kind of expensive, and there's a spacer if you haven't got ABS. So the components are the same, it's just a matter of you've got the ABS sensor here or the spacer, and then you've got a retainer over the top. And I did a bit of R&TU, and that's what I'm about to tell you. I'll just wipe this because it looks messy, but I just want to demonstrate that you haven't even damaged the bearing, let alone the ABS sensor. And you need to stay tuned, because if there's any problem I'll let you know in another video. But what we did, I just gently, I promise you what I did, I got the flat blade here and I just gently worked around slowly on the ABS sensor, prying it off, because the ABS sensor, there's no resistance, it just slides on, but the retainer goes over the top, and once it's all the way on it sits loose, so that's normal, but there's a little bit of resistance as it goes down and of course as it comes up, but it's not a lot of pressure. So what we're suggesting to save money with the Hilux front hubs, whether it's ABS or not, you don't even need to tell me. After we use the stock that we've currently got of ABS sensor, I might keep a few there in stock for whatever, in case we find a damaged one or whatever. But to be more efficient and cheaper, we're going to supply them like this. So what you do, you get your old hubs off, it'll look like this. You get your flat blade, and I'm telling you, very ever so gently, you work your way around, and you'll just gently pop your ABS sensor or retainer off. Or you can maybe, perhaps when you order, let me know whether you want these already fitted, if it sounds like too hard for you. Well, maybe we'll do it either way, but it's going to save some money.
not supplying those, and we can reuse them off the old one. Happy days. To put them on, you don't need a press. You can just sit them on a solid bench, you know, so they're like right about there, and you can use a rubber mallet and you just gently go around, right, gently, 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 and that retainer will go on, and once it's on, it'll be loose, so don't worry about that. Just check how it was before, and you'll find it's the same afterwards and all that. Anyway, it's a bada bing, giving you the information. If you liked it, please hit the like button. We're just doing some work on our Hilux, and it'll go into our Hilux playlist. So if you want to see what we're doing with our vehicles from now on, any of vehicles on our videos on our vehicles will be in that playlist. So I'm pretty sure that's a bada boom, bada bing in this video, but I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure. Might show you a little bit more on the vehicle if I think of anything else. Some people will be happy to see some work's been done on the big bad boy chisel. Yeah, no, that's it. Job's done, and we've been on a road test, and it's beautiful. So now we've got the injectors done, the BFE done, the front drive shaft and the wheel bearing done. Of course, we replaced the fuel filter while we're in there. It's looking good. So that's the video, guys. Thanks for watching. Thumbs up, subscribe, bell on. We're out of here for now. Catch you on the next one.